times I have to go through and do x-rays. So in this particular case, I was reaching down, I felt around, this guy was throwing up, and I felt something that didn't feel quite right. I felt a lump. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to do some x-rays to try to see what's going on. And especially if you tell me that you saw him playing with something and maybe he swallowed it, I am definitely going to do an x-ray. So I can't bring my whole x-ray machine in here, but how about I just bring this so that I can show you what I saw on it. All right, on this particular guy, all right, we're going to start out with this one. This guy was in the kitchen. Somebody was making barbecue and making shish kebabs. And a shish kebab is where you take little pieces of meat and veggies and you put them on this long piece of metal and you grill them. And she left the kitchen and she came back in the kitchen and the meat and the vegetables were missing. And so was the long piece of metal that she had put them on. We knew who ate them. That's a shish kebab skewer, a piece of metal that you put dinner on that the dog swallowed. He had to take that one out surgically because it was just too long to take out any other way.
You took the dog.
That particular one was a dog. Yeah. Oh my, how about I just kick you? Here, sit here where it's safe.
And he fell.
Okay. This is the stomach of a very large dog. This was a Great Dane. A Great Dane is often about 120 pounds, which is to say close to my size. Smaller than me. Doesn't look too suspicious, but there's something in that stomach that just doesn't look like dinner. All right, that's a tough one. We had to go in and do emergency surgery on that dog. And we pulled out socks. 42 socks. I'm not quite sure how they managed to miss the fact that there were 42 missing socks. And for some reason they didn't want them back. All right, so obviously you can guess that we had to go in with surgery to get that one out. Oh, let's do a fun one. Anybody ever go fishing in this room?
No. My brother did.
Okay. Does your dog ever go fishing with you?
No.
Does your dog ever decide that's a mighty tasty looking worm on that fish hook? That's a fish hook. And I cannot tell you whether there was a worm on that fish hook or a fish on that fish hook, but there is now a dog on that fish hook. Let's not do that. Okay. I wonder if you're going to be able to figure this one out. This is a fun one I didn't show the other guys. You know how sometimes you go to one of the fast food places and you get the meal and it's got a toy in it? Well, evidently this house has kids in it and they got the toy. The toy was missing.
It's a little man.
Yep, it was a little alien figure. And it was one of the best pictures I've ever seen because the alien was in the dog's stomach. Okay, when you're finished playing with your alien, please put him away so the dog can't eat him. In case you were wondering, Lego does not show up on X-ray. I know that because I have seen lots of Lego go in and go out. Let's see. Okay, this one's a little bit of a tougher one, but you guys are older and you might figure it out. This dog likes to go in the bathroom when the kids are taking their baths at the end of the day. And I'm going to hint to you that there are certain bath toys that are missing in this house.
I know. That's a squid.
Okay.
No, it's soap.
No, none of this is soap. If the dog eats soap, he foams a lot, in case you were wondering. All right? And guess what was missing from these guys' bathroom? Oh. Do you think maybe it might have been all the rubber duckies in the house? And I want to know how they didn't figure out that they were missing an awful lot of rubber duckies.
But when they're not dirty.
Well, we took them out of a dog's stomach.
Well, two are yellow.
Well, 2 are yellow because they were the 2 most recent ones he ate. The old gross ones were the ones he ate longer ago. Because the stomach is full of acid, and acid is not good for rubber duckies. This one is a cat. I'm cheating on this one. This one is a cat who decided to help the owner do some sewing.
That's like an octopus.
A long straight thing here.
Yes.
And I'm cheating because I'd already put a label on it. This cat was playing with the string on the needle and swallowed the needle by accident. So you have to be careful with cats and strings because they love them and it's really easy to swallow things. Okay, let's go for a weird one. We need weird. This crowd can handle weird. In case you haven't figured this out, sometimes things happen in kitchens. These guys were preparing a nice steak, and it had been cooked, and everybody was ready to sit down with a nice steak dinner.
That was the dog.
What do you think might be wrong? The dog just went in the kitchen, and now we're missing some things.
A knife.
Uh-huh.
Dogs can't eat knives. That's not good for them. Yeah,
Well, it wasn't good for this guy. We had to go in with surgery to get the knife out. And you know the only reason why he made it? He swallowed the knife backwards. You know how there's a handle on the knife and then there's a blade on the knife? This guy swallowed the handle first, so he didn't go through and cut everything when he swallowed it. Now, what would have been a smarter thing to do? Don't swallow the knife in the first place. That was just pretty dull.
They have any kid now.
Okay, here's one.
You don't do that.
I am married. I have children. When I got married, my husband gave me this lovely ring. So this is not my dog. This is not my ring because I know that you put it in a nice safe place when you take it off. What do you think happened since Mom's missing a ring?
The dog ate it. The dog ate it.
If you go through and you bring me your dog and you say, I'm not sure if he did it or not, but I think the dog might have swallowed my ring, I'll give you one guess. What's the first thing I'm going to tell you I need to do?
He did it. He did it.
Let's take the x-ray and find out. If you are missing a ring and it's not a plastic ring, if I take an x-ray and there's no ring there, it wasn't this dog. So it's either another dog or it's somewhere else in the house and maybe you look under the couch. But it's a really easy way, and it's really easy on the dog. He just has to hold still for a couple of seconds while we take the picture. And one last, okay, that's going to be the last one now. Okay. I do dogs and cats, but I could not resist this particular one. This is a snake. Very good. And what do you think this snake thought he was eating for dinner?
A rabbit. A what? A golf ball. Oh.
Yep. Well, we're cheating because we kind of rewrote it there. A snake is supposed to eat little fuzzy things and eggs. What do you think the golf ball looked like?
An egg.
Note to snake. That
Guys,
wasn't
this
an
is
egg.
really funny because a dog ate a snake and a snake ate a golf ball.
Well, that would end up being the world's funniest looking x-ray.
Yeah.
That would absolutely win for best x-ray ever.
What if a tiger ate a snake and a snake ate a tiger?
Well, I could see the tiger eating the snake, but unless the second tiger was a baby tiger, I'm having a hard time seeing that.
What about a snake and the
No.
Because you could wait. Well, you'd have to be a really tiny person, and it would have to be an incredibly large snake. A 6-inch snake in the back garden is not going to eat you. You could eat him if you really wanted to, but I don't think so. So these guys can eat a bunch of really dumb things. So sometimes we have to do tests, blood tests, and sometimes I have to take x-rays, and sometimes I can go through and I have to do surgery to take the things out, and sometimes I can get away with just giving medication to try to make you feel better. So it all depends what's causing the problem, and some problems are fixable and some problems are not fixable, just like with us. But we try our best to go through and make everybody feel better and make everybody be happy and healthy again. So that's what I do. I keep them healthy. I teach people how to have a good time and enjoy their pets rather than hate their pets. And I try to go through and fix things when they're broken.